Good evening. Welcome to Republic TV. I'm Ridhumanan Bhardwaj. Viewers, for the third consecutive day, for 7 to 8 hours straight on, Rhea Chakraborty, accused number 1, was grilled by the CBI. They not only asked her, our exclusive sources tell us about the financial angle, the drug angle, but very clearly asked questions about the depression theory, the Europe trip, and also asked great details about what happened in Europe, about prescription pills that were allegedly given to Sushant Singh Rajput, and also the prescriptions. As this comes about, we're also told on day 1 and day 2 the same set of questions were put forward to her to see if there were any inconsistencies. Day 3 had a separate set of questions.
आप देख सकते हैं सामने अब सवाल ये है, वापस से पूछा जाएगा, रिया सवाल मेरा है, शोविक ड्रग कार्टेल से क्या लिंक था? रिया सवाल ये है, 8 तारीख को आप क्या गौरव आर्या को जानती थी? रिया, आप गौरव आर्या को जानती थी? रिपब्लिक पूछ रहा है, रिया आप इस तरीके से इरिटेट नहीं हो सकती, आपको याद देना होगा। रिपब्लिक पूछ रहा है, जवाब दीजिए रिया। चलो, आप देख सकते हैं सामने अब सवाल ये है, वापस से पूछा जाएगा, रिया सवाल मेरा है, शोविक ड्रग कार्टेल से क्या लिंक था? रिया सवाल ये है, 8 तारीख को आप क्या गौरव आर्या को जानती थी? रिया, आप गौरव आर्या को जानती थी? रिपब्लिक पूछ रहा है, रिया आप इस तरीके से इरिटेट नहीं हो सकती, आपको याद देना होगा। रिपब्लिक पूछ रहा है, जवाब दीजिए रिया। चलो,
As Rhea Chakraborty being questioned for the third consecutive day, and those questions are taking place, we're also going to tell you, viewers, about what the set of questions are, whether it was on the prescriptions or the depression angle, whether it was on the drug angle and the financial angle. Rhea Chakraborty has been questioned for 3 consecutive days on this by the top central agency. We're also going to try and go across to our reporters and several questions coming on the inconsistencies that were there. We'll also tell you it's the second consecutive day that the Mumbai police cops have chosen to take Rhea Chakraborty back. And as we are seeing this seems to be police protection that is being given to Rhea. Even as we're going to show you that sequence that we have, we're also going to try and go across to our senior associate editor, Shavan Sen. What details about questioning have happened today is going to be known. Shavan, if I can come across to you, day 3 of the questioning, what have the CBI probed Rhea Chakraborty on?
ये सुनाई नहीं दे रहा।
We'll just try and go across to Shavan in a bit, but viewers, what we've been told is 2 sets of things. One, Rhea Chakraborty has been asked about the drug angle, the financial angle. Both Rhea and Shovik have repeatedly been asked about the 2019 Europe trip and their claim Sushant broke down after moving to a hotel in Italy. For the past 3 days, she'll also be examined about doctor's visits, prescriptions and medicines that Sushant reportedly took, according to her. Now we have to see, on day 3 was a different set of questions, what was possibly put by the top agency, which today at the DRDO guest house in Mumbai also questioned flatmate Siddharth Pithani, ex-manager Shruti Modi and Samuel Miranda. So other than Shovik Chakraborty and Rhea Chakraborty, there were other key players who were also questioned. The larger picture today was the drug angle that was seen, and we also heard top sources tell us that they were trying to see whether there is an indirect link that Rhea Chakraborty has with the smaller drug cartel that was supplying drugs to Bollywood clients. Let me quickly go across to our senior associate editor, Shavan Sen. Shavan, what is it the CBI has been trying to achieve on day 3 of Rhea's questioning? He's trying to do something, and viewers, my director is just going to give me Shavan Sen, my colleague, in just a moment. But let me also tell you what we've gathered and learned today. When it comes to the drug angle, we've also been told great details about what the CBI has questioned. Also remember, the CBI officials also met NCB officials today, and NCB is also going to be examining others. Shavan, if you can tell me, what is it that the CBI has today probed Rhea on?
Well, in fact, Rhythm, as far as Rhea Chakraborty's questioning is concerned, there is some interesting details that are basically emerging at this stage. That is, the first day of questioning and the second day of questioning, there was a lot of similarity, perhaps a lot of questions that were essentially repeated on day 2 of the questioning, because primarily to try and find out whether at all there have been any inconsistencies in the statement that has been given so far. Now, day 3 of the questioning essentially was around not just the financial angle and also the drug link that has essentially emerged, but also remember there have been certain claims that have been made by Rhea Chakraborty as far as Sushant Singh Rajput's alleged mental illness. Now, that is the claim that has been made by Rhea Chakraborty. Today, the Central Bureau of Investigation has essentially asked Rhea Chakraborty to essentially prove the kind of evidence that she has at this stage. Remember, she was carrying along with her certain prescriptions, and not just that, also doctor's appointments and psychiatrist appointments that were essentially taken by Rhea Chakraborty. So those were submitted before the Central Bureau of Investigation, and she was asked about whether at all Sushant Singh Rajput was aware of the fact that she was doing it and whether Sushant Singh Rajput was kept in the loop. Secondly, as far as this drug angle is concerned, remember there have been certain WhatsApp conversations that have taken place between Rhea Chakraborty and her close associates, which essentially goes on to indicate that she was administering certain type of drugs to Sushant Singh Rajput. What the CBI was trying to focus on is whether at all Rhea Chakraborty was giving this without the knowledge of Sushant Singh Rajput or not. That is something that was being looked at. Apart from that, Chauvik Chakraborty and Rhea Chakraborty's Europe trip along with Sushant Singh Rajput was one of the major areas of this entire investigation, rather the questioning that actually took place, because a lot really changed post the Europe trip and a lot has been claimed by Rhea Chakraborty herself, and that is the reason why a large part of today's questioning was also revolving around that Europe trip that took place. Now, Rhythm, there are two very significant time period that the CBI is focusing. One, till the time Rhea Chakraborty was living with Sushant Singh Rajput, that was till 8th of June. And the second time period is between 8 and 13. In fact, Siddharth Pithani, who makes that sensational admission that there were people who had access to Sushant Singh Rajput's residence on 13th of June. In fact, this question was also asked to Rhea Chakraborty as to whether at all she was in touch with anyone between the 8th and the 13th. That becomes very, very crucial for the CBI. So, it is certainly at a slow pace right now. But given the fact that right now what is important to try and understand is that the time period and what really transpired between 8th and 13th becomes a very, very important part of this entire investigation, Rhythm.